Very good evening. Welcome to State of Business on our television. I'm Ashinsani Veerasinghe. Let's have a look at the headlines first. Japanese government will continue to provide quality infrastructure for Sri Lanka. Japanese ambassador in Sri Lanka assures. GCE advanced level and grade 5 scholarship examinations will be held as scheduled earlier. News in detail. Health authorities today announced that the female factory worker who tested positive for COVID-19 at the Gampa hospital on Sunday is not the origin of the prevailing cluster, but there may have been other positive cases prior to the initial detection at the factory. By 3 p.m. this evening, the total number of COVID-19 positive cases from the Diulapitia cluster had surpassed the mark 1,000 cases. Chief Epidemiologist Dr. Sudat Samaraveda revealed the media today that there had been respiratory diseases in some factory workers since September 20th, and the female factory worker who first tested positive and identified by the health authorities had developed the symptoms only on the 28th of last month. Dr. Samaraveda added that they are still in the process of identifying how the cluster originated and how the female worker contracted the virus. National Operations Centre for Prevention of COVID-19 outbreak confirmed that an employee of the Brandex apparel factory at Valisara branch has also been identified to be a COVID-19 patient. The Operations Centre sources also said that 93 employees of the Brandex apparel factory at Valisara branch had been subjected to PCR tests, and one person among them were tested positive for the virus as of this evening. Accordingly, government took measures to impose police curfew in several police areas in the Gampaha district with immediate effect. Police headquarters announced that quarantine curfew has been imposed in Seeduwa, Gampaha, Kirindivela, Dompe, Pugoda, Ganemulla, Veeragula, Valiveria, Malwatu Hiripitiya, Nittambuwa, Meerigama, Pallevala, Yakkala, Jayala and Kandana police areas until further notice. Meanwhile, Sri Lanka Police has also established an operations centre and a control room for receiving information from the general public in order to take necessary measures to prevent the spread of COVID-19. General public is requested to provide any COVID-19 related information to the hotline 1933 or telephone numbers 01159787001 or 01159787003 or 01159787119 or 011597872 or 01159783737 or 01124727757. Meanwhile, the Airport and Aviation Services Limited confirmed that one of its janitorial staff members has tested positive for COVID-19.
ඒ කාන්තාව මේ ආයතනයේ සේවිකාවන් ඉන්න නේවාසිකාගාරයට ගිහිල්ලා තිබෙන බවයි වාර්තා වෙන්නේ. ඒ හිටපු කාන්තාවන් අතරින් කීප දෙනෙක්ට කොවිඩ් ආසාදනය වී ඇති බවටත් වාර්තා වෙනවා.
Education Ministry announces that the Grade 5 Scholarship Examination and the GCE Advanced Level Examination would be held as scheduled, but with strict health protocols. This key announcement was informed by the Education Ministry when it convened a special media briefing at the Department of Government Information today evening. The Grade 5 Scholarship Examination and the Advanced Level Examination were postponed twice earlier due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Addressing the media briefing, Education Minister Professor G.L. Piri stated that the government has decided to hold the two examinations on the same dates as scheduled earlier if the current situation, which is under control, prevails. Thereby, the Grade 5 Scholarship Examination will be held on October 11th Sunday and the Advanced Level Examination will commence from October 12th Monday. Minister J.L. Piri said that the two exams will be held in line with instructions issued by the health authorities. Moreover, it was noted that special arrangements have been made for the students in Gampaha district and for the students who will be visiting the Gampaha district to sit for the examination. Students who are being quarantined will be facilitated with special examination centres. Thereby, a total of 331,000 candidates will be facing the Grade 5 Scholarship Examination this year in 2,936 examination centres island-wide. On the other hand, 362,000 candidates will be facing the Advanced Level Examination in 2,648 examination centres with the capacity of maximum 160 students per centre. President Gotabaya Rajapaksa instructs officials to expedite and streamline the process of sending skilled labour with internationally recognized qualifications for foreign employment. President made these remarks at a meeting to discuss future activities of the State Ministry of Foreign Employment Promotions and Market Diversification held at the Presidential Secretariat yesterday. Emphasizing the need to implement training programs targeting job markets in countries such as Korea and Japan, President advised the Foreign Employment Bureau and the Vocational Training Authority to formulate joint strategies. Thereby, it was brought forward that employment opportunities in North European countries, including Poland and Romania, are now open to Sri Lanka and that a workforce meeting demands in such markets should be created. Migration for employment is a major component in Sri Lanka's economic development, and the total migrant community of Sri Lanka stands at 1.2 million at present. It was revealed that around 200,000 go abroad for employment annually, and due to COVID-19 pandemic, the number has decreased to 40,000. Furthermore, it was noted that classes have already begun at 17 training centers to establish a pool of trained labor needed for the overseas job market, with the aim of sending a greater number of trained workers abroad once the airports and airspaces are opened with a successful control of COVID-19 pandemic. Moreover, President Gotabaya Rajapaksa also said that there were allegations that the intervention of the employment agencies that send workers abroad was not sufficient in dealing with cases of harassment involving these workers, and he added that the prime objective of sending workers abroad is not to earn foreign exchange but to provide them with a better standard of living.
දැන් ඉන්න තැන ගැනම කතා කරලා වැඩක් නැහැ. දැන් ඉන්න තැනින් ඊළඟ තැනට අපි යන්නේ කොහොමද? ඒ කියන්නේ වඩාත් ක්වොලිෆයිඩ් අය යවන්නේ කොහොමද? එතකොට ක්වොලිෆයිඩ් අය යවුවම තමයි ඒ අයටත් හොඳ පඩියක් හම්බ වෙන්නේ. ඊළඟට අපි බලන්න ඕනේ මේ ප්‍රශ්න අඩු කරගන්නේ කොහොමද?
Stay tuned for more news after this short break. Welcome back after the break. Japanese ambassador in Sri Lanka, Akira Sugiyama, mentions that Japan will continue to provide quality infrastructure for Sri Lanka as they were doing in the past. The Japanese ambassador also said that Japan believes that the quality infrastructure leads to resilient, inclusive and sustainable growth of developing countries. Japanese embassy in Sri Lanka had organized a seminar on quality infrastructure in commemoration of the International Cooperation Day of Japan, with limited number of participants in Colombo yesterday. Central Bank Governor Professor W.D. Lakshman addressed the gathering on the overview of the long-time economic partnership between Sri Lanka and Japan. Institute of Policy Studies Chairman and Colombo University Senior Professor Professor H.D. Karunaratne and Colombo University Senior Lecturer Dr. D.D.P.M. Dunusinghe also expressed their views in the subject of Japanese economic development and the history of Japanese official development assistance.
Japan, under this concept, will continue to engage in the development of infrastructure in Sri Lanka most diligently, with special focus on ports, airports, power supply, water supply, sewage system, and irrigation, among others, to correspond to the vision of the government of Sri Lanka. I would like to add that quality infrastructure will also contribute to enhancing physical connectivity in the Indo-Pacific region, leading to the peace, stability, and prosperity across the region.
The Committee on Public Accounts has directed its attention on developing a mechanism to immediately report corruption and irregularities being carried out in state institutions. In the meantime, COPA committee chaired by Professor Tissa Vitarana, which met in Parliament yesterday, stated that the forthcoming meetings will be open to the media. The COPA chairman, Professor Tissa Vitarana, pointed out that the committee should pay special attention to find the root causes of the issues highlighted in the audit reports. He further pointed out that in accordance with the powers vested in Parliament and the committee, measures should be taken to resolve issues in the state institutions and assess the finances provided by the Parliament and its performances. In expressing views, the Auditor General stated that special attention should be extended not only towards financial audit but also at the performance of institutions. State Minister and the former chairman of COPA, Lasantha Alagiyawanna, stressed that the revenue-earning institutions should be brought before the committee and inspected immediately. Accordingly, summoning the Inland Revenue Department, Sri Lanka Customs and Excise Department before COPA on the 3rd, 4th and 5th of November was decided conclusively. State Minister for Urban Development, Coast Conservation, Waste Disposal and Public Sanitation, Dr. Lanka highlights that one of the top priorities of the government's economic framework is to increase more entrepreneurs of the country and to let them think out of the box.
In our economic policy, basically there are 4 areas that we are very focused on. First one is elimination of poverty. All these years we have been talking about that, but the poverty is everywhere. The poverty is everywhere. So how do you eliminate poverty? We need to identify the root causes and find solutions for that. Second one is giving equal opportunities for everybody, starting from education, employment opportunities, opportunities to do business, everywhere. Get rid of favoritism, get rid of corruption, give opportunity for anybody who want to develop and grow. So this is the second aspect of our economic policy. Third one, clean and efficient government. The government has to be efficient, the government has to be clean. To make the government efficient, you have to have the right people at the right places. To make it clean, we take action. We take action against who are corrupt. We are going to do that, and we will do that. And we will not think twice to take action on those people. Then the last one is supporting the local entrepreneurship. I think this is very important because our country is not an entrepreneurial country compared to other countries. Only very few people have really become entrepreneurs. Others just seek jobs. They prefer to do government jobs, and we have to change this mindset. We need to train people, we need to support people to become entrepreneurs, and we need to create opportunities for local entrepreneurs. When you say local entrepreneurs, we are not talking about going back to 1970s era. We have to deal with the world. We have to encourage investment, we have to encourage trade, but we need to encourage our local entrepreneurs to get into those businesses.
We'll be back after a short break. Welcome back after the break. The trading at Colombo Stock Exchange ended on a positive note today. The all-share price index gained 18.61 points to close at 5,553.22 and the S&P SL 20 gained 0.67 points to close at 2,272.89. The turnover was 3.8 billion rupees and over 113 million shares were traded. Up next are forex rates. And that's all the news for today. Let's all be alert on the current situation of the country and be safe. See you tomorrow with State of Business at the usual time. Until then, take care and good night.